Hey guys, I just want to thank everybody for watching the video that I uploaded about Bisou's coat and Paris trying to grow out her tear stains. And I want to thank you for your comments and your feedback and offering some tips and advice. All of that I'm taking in and just writing things down and trying to go through some different products and things to see what works and what's not working. I know all of our dogs are different, so hopefully other people are seeing this and it might help them too, and I'll definitely pass on your feedback of what you gave me to them eventually once I get through all of this. But one thing that I started chatting about with a couple of my friends on Instagram and on Facebook was about their food and water, and a little bit about the current grooming products I'm using now. So I figured this was a good time to put that out there, and this kind of ties in both with Bisou and Paris with the topics that I'm working on. Paris growing out her tear stains and Bisou's coat trying to get better. Alright, so let's talk about food. Now they're enjoying the Akana brand and they're on the heritage meat. They were doing just the one ingredient lamb, and I was getting it from Chewy.com, and right when I was ready to reorder, Chewy messaged all of us saying that that company no longer wants to sell the products through them or whatever the case was. So I needed a bag, like it was time to reorder. So I just went to Amazon and I just got this because I don't remember why. I don't know if the price was different or I just wanted to try another flavor. But this is the one that Paris is more picky to eat than Bisou is. So Paris really enjoys this kibble. Normally she won't eat anything unless I put it on the tile floor, and then she'll eat it off the tile. She's just kind of picky when it comes to that. But I give them a half a cup daily. Another thing that might be a no-no for many, even the vet told me not to do this, but my girls are just so picky, so I do what works. I feed. So what that means is I just put their food out in the morning, their kibble, and they go and eat when they're hungry. I don't have a set time for them to eat, but they both really enjoy it. They eat when they're hungry. Mostly in the morning they'll eat their topper, which is this, the freeze-dried lamb. This is Paris's favorite. I've tried the beef, I've tried, what's the other flavor? Turkey, chicken. Bisou will eat any of them really, but Paris turns her nose up to them unless it's lamb. So I'm like, you know what? Why am I killing myself over this? Let me just get the lamb. But this is what they're enjoying the most. So I'm like, they're eating it. I'm just not even going to put too much more thought into it, but I'm just going to limit how much they're getting of it. So I'll put a very few pieces of this on top their kibble in the morning. So they'll have that for breakfast. And that's the only time they'll get these raw freeze-dried bits. And then their kibble stays out. So they'll come back to their kibble at night because I'll pick up their food back into the bag, but I'll dump out a few pieces on the tile, and at night they'll go back and eat. A little bit of some bad habits have been going on in my home. Some people do tend to give them table food. I don't really agree with that, and I try to be stern about it, but at times when I'm not around, they're getting a little piece of bread or they're getting a piece of a cracker, stuff like that I just prefer them not to have, but they get it anyways. So what I've been doing, and my vet said this was okay to do, is I've been buying sliced carrots and chicken breasts, and I open up the can and put it in a Tupperware dish. And when I'm eating, because they tend to beg when everybody's eating, so to make it easier, I'll break up little shreds of the chicken breast and I'll give them a piece while I'm eating. I'll give them a little tiny piece at the very beginning when I'm starting to eat, and then a few pieces in between, and then at the end I'll give them each like half of a carrot and a little bit bigger chunk of chicken, and I seal the container and they know I'm done. When they get that bigger chunk at the end, they know that's it. So I do that, and the vet said it's okay for them to have this, but mostly as a treat, more than like a meal. So I'm using that sort of as a treat, but they do get treats as well. So there's a lot of stuff going on in their diet. But I just wanted to show you in case you guys think this might have something to do with the struggles of Bisou's coat and Paris's tear stains. But here's their current treat drawer. This is as far as I can pull it out. So back here, these three are different flavors of the Fruitables. This one I have not opened yet. They only get this after their bath, and I bathe them every 14 days. So they get 1, 2, 3. This is no longer a good dog. I haven't changed my tag yet. This is the Fruitables Bacon and Apple for Bisou because she doesn't like fruit. But she tends to go for meats, and she really enjoys the bacon one. So I'll give Bisou 3. So they get 3 of these. Well, Paris gets 1 of each. After her bath, Bisou will get 3 of these. And that's the only time they get those. This is Cheese Please. So, and these are the little blueberry bones, which I have a box here from when they are done here. These I use when they are modeling bows for me. So I go through these quite a lot. I use that for their treat for modeling. And then at night when they come in from their potty break, I say, let's go get blueberries, and they know what that means. So they'll get 2 Cheese Pleases, and they're like little cheese crackers. It's the only ingredient in that treat. And then they'll get 2 of these little blueberry bones with it. Oh, it's kind of dark. And they're little, so that's their little bedtime treat, and that's the last, generally this is the last thing they're eating. Sometimes if they have kibble still left, because remember I said I'll dump this on the tile floor at night, sometimes they'll run back and eat that. This one, oh geez, if they hear me opening this, they'll be coming running at the door. I'm trying to be quiet. Alright, Old Mother Hubbard, that's what that is. I bought this big bag because it has a mixed variety, and it is different colors. Now I know some dyes and food and treats can cause tear staining, but these yellow ones and, okay, definitely these orange ones I give to Bisou. I don't let Paris eat those. But Paris can have the darker ones, those grayish ones, and these lighter ones I give to Paris. And I give them that after their grooming. After I brush them out, they'll get 2. They're pretty small. So they each get 2 after I brush them out in the afternoon. But the story with these, I call them the big treat. Because by accident, I think, what do they call this size? The minis? I can't remember what size this is. Anyway, I think these are smalls and these are minis. And when I was getting them online, I wasn't paying attention. I accidentally got these, assuming they were going to be super tiny. These are the peanut butter flavor. And so I crack it in half, and Bisou gets half, Paris gets half. And they look forward to this actually as their dessert right after I give them chicken and carrots. They kind of know that right after I eat, they get another treat, and that's generally the one I give them. So it's a lot of stuff I have in here, but I give it to them sparingly. I don't just dish this out multiple times a day. So they're not starving either, but just so you know, that's kind of what they're eating right now. And then on to their water. I don't have their water dish out here. They are drinking from one of my dry face ceramic bowls. I know the Paris's breeder said she's going to need filtered water to help not have those tear stains. But I checked with the vet as soon as I brought Paris home for her little wellness puppy checkup, and I asked him about the filtered water, and he said our tap water is filtered enough. It's good enough to give her. I don't have to buy anything special. So I've been giving her the water from our tap. She hasn't had any problems. She doesn't get stained or anything like that around her mouth. So I think the water is okay. So they both drink the tap water inside of their ceramic bowls. And then more about Bisou with the coat. I wanted to share her brushes, or the brushes that I've been using, and currently the sprays that I'm using. Ice on Ice is the normal one that I spray over her before I brush her out. But I did get this Precious Drop in the sample pack when I bought Spectrum 10 so long ago. So this has been sitting there forever. And I was like, you know what, let me just try it out on her. And when I did try it on her beard, like I mentioned in her video. It did seem to seal up some of those frayed ends and split ends, but this really works well for that. So I was excited to see some results. And then this is a sample bottle of Crown Royale's Magic Touch Grooming Spray. And I don't think it's meant to detangle. I think it's just meant to spritz on them to have them smell nice and kind of vamp up their coat, to spruce them up a little bit before you have to bathe them. And I used it this morning on her. I'm not crazy about the scent, and I am trying to see if it made a difference in her coat and the way it looks, and so far I haven't noticed anything, but I'm giving it time because that was my first time trying it on her. The wooden pin brush from Chris Christensen I've been absolutely loving for Bisou. I think it just runs through her coat real smooth. It kind of takes away the knots without me having to really spray any detanglers on it. So I don't know what it is about this, and it's soft, it's not hard, but I like this brush to brush her out better than I do the pin brush. So this is another Chris Christensen brush, and I got this, both of them I got off Amazon. But I use this one when both Paris and Bisou are out of their bath and they are wet and I'm blow drying them. I use this as I'm blow drying them. This is the pen brush that I'm using, again, from Chris Christensen. This is for both Paris and Bisou that I use on their top knots. I just like the smaller brush for their head. So I use that. I don't think that's stripping any of the hair. I could be wrong. I don't think it does though. And then I have this extra large comb. I call it a butter comb, but it's truly not from Chris Christensen. But Chris Christensen calls theirs butter comb, so that's what I call this. But this is another Amazon buy. I can't remember who the company was, but I use this to go through Bisou's coat if she does have a knot. Or as I'm brushing her out, I will run that through to make sure I didn't get any knots, but I'm trying not to pull her hair as I'm doing this. I'm trying to be very careful, and I'm always using a spray. So, and then this is the little face comb that I use on both Bisou and Paris to do their top knots and to comb out her little mustache. So when I use the Precious Drops, I'll spray it and then I'll comb it through to make sure it gets all the way down to the ends and rub it in actually. And then this, I call it a rake. I really don't know what you call this. I mean, I know what you call it, but right now I can't think because I'm just trying to hurry up and film this. But I only use this on Bisou's coat if she has a knot that I'm not able to get out with the large comb, and I do have a smaller, it's in here. I have it marked so I know. This one I call their butt comb because if they have like little, you know, yuckies in the back there, I use this to kind of detangle and get through that hair back there. And I rather use this on their body and their paws and their butt instead of the one that I use on their face and their head. So they have two separate combs for that, and this does get washed after every use with soap and water. But anyway, if the knot is too little and it's not really sliding out with these combs, then I turn to this. So I only use this very sparingly when I need it, and I don't press it down on Bisou's skin. So I just lift up the hair that she has a knot in, and I'm just lightly trying to get that one little knot out to pull it out. So I know this isn't stripping her. I know it could, but I only use it to take a knot out. So that's everything I've been doing lately. I just wanted to give you that background. I know this video was a little bit longer, but just wanted to share that that's currently what they're doing for food, what I've been using for treats, and their brushes and grooming sprays. If you have questions, let me know. Again, I appreciate all the feedback. Leave the comments below or feel free to message me because I love to hear what you guys are doing or what you think, because I don't know everything, so I don't mind you guys sharing your opinions and suggestions with me. So thanks again for watching, and I'll keep you guys updated.